Hi everyone, welcome back to another gameplay of PTD6. So today guys, I'm gonna show you Odyssey. I have already recorded the gameplay and I'm gonna just add the commentary on top of it. There are 5 maps in the loop that's gonna be played hard reverse, cubism, then hard standard, and also look at the rounds. So you have to defeat 80 rounds and 85 rounds, cornfield medium standard 90 rounds, cracked 95 rounds, again medium standard, and also 75% Moab HP, and then finally Infernal medium double HP Moabs and 80 rounds. So this is my crew right here. You can see Quincy, and then using the maximum amount of towers available, and I'm using I have disabled monkey knowledge. So in a moment here I should show you that I have it disabled. Actually I disable it in game. And so yeah, I'm gonna start the Odyssey with those towers that's set up, and the first maps are very easy, so I'm gonna just start going a lot faster, and yes, I'm gonna speed up the video now. There isn't much to say other than I just placed Quincy there. It's a pretty central spot, being able to attack the left and the right loop, and then also the top side. And then I drop at that monkey in the intersection because my idea was going with subs, and therefore that monkey right there was able to give range to the subs once you get advanced intel. So yeah, the gameplay is very easy overall. I just got the sub upgraded, then I got the monkey 002, preparing for round 24 for the camos, then here dropping an alchemist, and then getting the Alchemist 200 for round 28 for the LATs, so that the sub would have the Mexodip. But then I realized that against Bloons I may have struggled because like other than Quincy and the Alchemist, like you can't pop LATs, so I decided to place a Wizard at 022, also at the beginning of the map, and so in that way I would be able to pop the LATs much faster. So that's pretty much the reason behind. At this point in the map, like I was paying very small amount of attention to it, and I was just waiting to get the sub commander, which I did there. And now I just built one more sub to 204, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Round 63, very easy. And yeah, I was like I got a shimmer 023 just because of round 78. The second ceramic rush is camo, and even though Quincy has camo detection, the Dark Monkey has camo detection, I didn't want to risk having any camos from that rush sneaking past, so that's why I got the 023 Wizard. And then for the very last rounds I got 2 more subs and another Alchemist, and that was pretty much the first map completed, just like that. Second map, also another very easy map. So I started again placing Quincy, then I placed a sub, in this case not at that monkey, and then at this stage of the game I decided to change the strategy because it would be too lame always going with the same strategy, so with like a sub commander and so on. So I decided to mix it up, and so after placing here a 022 Wizard, I placed another Wizard, and I got a 203 Wizard, and then I got the 204 Wizard. So the Necromancer, and you can see the zombie Bloons. Right there I had to restart because like round 40 was approaching, and I wasn't able to place the Alchemist in time, so that's why I restarted briefly that round. And Alchemist buffing the Necromancer and Quincy, and you can see surviving all these rounds without like getting anything at all, just using Quincy level 3 I think in certain rounds. And then once I got the Prince of Darkness, you could see now the Moab zombies, and it's a little RNG based which zombie Bloons the Prince of Darkness is gonna spawn, because it depends on exactly how you can pop the Bloons. And so what I did there was sell the 022 Wizard, and then I placed another Wizard closest to the Alchemist, so that the Alchemist would buff the 2 Wizards. And then here I was just waiting to get an Archmage, and that was pretty much the strategy on this map. very easy. And I used Quincy abilities just at the beginning, and then that was it pretty much. It wasn't needed to use Quincy abilities anymore. So that's the Archmage, and yeah, you can see very easy, no trouble whatsoever. For this map, I'm gonna slow down a little bit because I placed Quincy, but then I realized here you can see that there are just too many Bloons sneaking past. So I decided to start again, place Quincy, and then dropping also a Dark Monkey in strong. And so in this way, only like 3 Bloons were able to sneak past. 2 Bloons, so I just lost 2 lives, and so I decided to change slightly the strategy because of that. And then here this map, well, line of sight and the fact that the path is much shorter, and so I just went for the easy middle game with a 301 wizard, 302. But then also here I realized that I mean, going again with a 401 wizard would be too repetitive, and so what I did was I tried to mix again the strategy. So I placed the mortar, and I started upgrading the mortar, and so I got a biggest one, so a 320 first, and then like 420 mortar, and that's it. So I placed it. Also, it's a very easy way to pop lats in round 28 since the beginning of the path, so you don't need to wait to have like Quincy exploding arrow, or you don't need to place an alchemist. So 28 and 30 I just left the more targeting the top path, and then I just moved it pretty much on top of the Dark Monkey. And yeah, in this stage the mortar was 320, and I saw around 40 approaching, so I decided to get an alchemist and get it for 400, and actually 402. And then here for round 40, pretty simply, I just moved the mortar and I just follow the mob. As you can see here, just following the mob, trying to do as much damage as possible, then using Quincy level 3 right there. And then once the mob pops, then you can stun the Bloons with the mortar, so it's very easy. And yeah, the rest of the gameplay again is quite easy. As I got the mortar 420, you can see that I moved the center of the explosion onto the pretty much halfway through the left and the right and the bottom. So in that way, the explosion can affect all that bottom U-turn. And here I had 2 options. So I could have choose to go with a 402 wizard, or trying to hold on and get a 520 mortar. Then I realized that probably against mobs it was the best to go with something to pop the mobs a little faster, and so that's why I got the 402 wizard first, because I knew anyway that for round 63 you just need to move the mortar around, and that's enough. So you don't need to get it 100% 520 for round 63. And so yeah, that's what I did there. So just getting the wizard 402 to pop the mobs faster. And then here on 63 you can see moving the mortar and just following the ceramic rushes. Yeah, that's very easy. That was the 520 mortar, so I moved the center of the explosion slightly closer towards the center because explosions are larger. And then here I realized that I had to survive until around the 90. So I had many options in mind, but then I realized the safest, probably the best one, would be just to wait to build another Archmage. So I had already a 402 wizard placed, so why not just wait to get the Archmage, and yeah, in that way I'm guaranteed to do enough damage to those mob class Bloons past around 80. And then of course being able to do enough damage to the Bloons in general. Of course the mortar can stun the ceramics and deals quite a nice damage to them, but I didn't know if that was enough. and that's why here I'm just waiting here to get the cash and to get the wizard upgraded. I got Quincy. I used Quincy level 10, as you could see, for the second ceramic rush because it's camo, and I only had Quincy and the wizard having camo detention, so I didn't want to risk anything. And that's the archmage, and you can see that the archmage range is slightly large enough that he can start attacking the balloon in the balloons in the left side, so as they're coming down. So that's even more damage overall. And yeah, you can see even past round 80 I'm destroying the balloons very easily. No need to place or to upgrade anything else, and that's why here I just kept the cash. Then for round 90 DDTs, I was thinking about the fact that the archmage already has the shimmer effect, so I would have just needed to wait the DDTs to be decamotized, and then I would be able to damage them with the mortar. But then I decided that it was best to place a 003 wizard to remove the camo from the DDTs slightly earlier, and so round 90 was even easier than I thought. Now this is cracked, and in this case you had to survive around 95 rounds in this map. And unfortunately in this map is where I started being very distracted. You know, I was looking at my phone and just checking the game once in a while, and so I think here is where I lose some rounds, some lives, because I wasn't paying attention to the game, so some balloons were able to sneak past. And once again here I wanted to change strategy, and so I wanted to build a Wizard Lord Phoenix. So I wanted to get that tower to help me out in for this particular map. And so you can see here losing some lives, and then also in round 23 and you can see that I had enough cash to place an alchemist down. I had enough cash to like pop those balloons. I just was lazy and I didn't do it, but I could have prevented those lives from leaking. And yeah, that's the 032 wizard, and now I build a 400 alchemist, I think, or 402 again, I don't remember. And yeah, so I could have just you know, removed the obstacle there. I could have placed some subs again in the pool. I could have gone with a sub commander strategy. Once again, that would have been the best way to approach the gameplay, but I just wanted to mix things up. I didn't want to really go with the same strategy over and over. I wanted to, you know, show you that you can use different strategies and use different paths for your towers and still be able to beat the game. And that's why here I got a Bloons reactor, so 402 sub. The main reason for this was around 63. I was already thinking about round 63 and the fact that even with the Phoenix up, I can only defeat 2 waves. And I wasn't even sure that the Phoenix damage would have been enough to destroy all the ceramics. And Quincy level 3 is just not good enough at that stage of the game for ceramics. And I can only use Quincy level 10 once. So that's why I placed a Bloons reactor. And normally its damage against ceramics and overall balloons is pretty high. It's pretty nice. So I decided to use something between a combo of Quincy level 10, Quincy level 3, the Wizard Phoenix, and then the Bloons reactor damage. And so that was around 63. You can see the first one and the second rush I just used the Phoenix, and then for the third one I used Quincy level 10. That was pretty much how I beat it. You can see that I have a ton of cash, and that's because I was saving up to get the Wizard Lord Phoenix. But then here is where I find the first stumble, because in round 75 I think I ended up like losing or not being able to survive, and so I had to place more towers. So I was just trying to see how long would I be able to survive. You know, I had Quincy level 10, the Phoenix, and Quincy level 3 to use, So I was pretty confident that somehow I would find a way. Almost there, some Bloons leaking, but thankfully the Phoenix killed them. And then, yeah, the next round, round 75, is where the double stack Moabs, BFBs, sorry, are just too much for this defense. So, yeah, you can see there are a lot of pings, so I decided to reset. Here I was thinking, what can I do? Like, which towers can I place? And then I look at the cost, and then I realized that I would be able to place to get the Wizard Lord if I sold the Alchemist and the Sub, and that's what I did. So I sold them both, and you could see now I had the Perma Phoenix plus, of course, the stronger Phoenix activated ability. And yeah, at this stage for round 78, I use Quincy level 10 for the first Ceramic Rush, and then I'm gonna also do the same for the second one. No, actually for the second one I didn't have Quincy ability up, so I used the Phoenix. But then here I realized that the Bloons were getting way too close to pass my towers, and it wasn't even around 80. So I decided to place a mortar once again to be able to stun the ceramics, so that I would do, of course, more damage to mob class Bloons, but then especially by stunning the ceramics I can hold them longer, and so like my abilities can recharge. If I need to use the Phoenix Lord or Quincy abilities, they can recharge up again. And that's pretty much the reasoning behind placing the mortar. And I got another biggest one, I think after round 85, after I defeat these two to my guts, is where I got it. So definitely not the best way to defeat all these maps. I think going with a sub-commander strategy is just the best, and it's just the most reliable one. Probably also getting a village in your crew, so that you can give command detention, extra attack speed, discount, whatever you want to your towers. And then again there I got a Shimmer 003 Wizard to remove the camo from the DDTs. And so you can see for the first DDTs in round 90 I didn't even need to use any abilities. So I was pretty confident that you know, with Quincy abilities, Quincy also was pretty close at level 20 this stage, like it was level 18 or 19. And so I only needed to use the Phoenix Lord for DDTs around 93 and then 95, and then that's pretty much it. So round 95 here is the last round. I waited a little bit and then I used the Wizard Lord, and that was it. And now this is the final map. And now in this map, unfortunately, I had to go open the door in my house, and I had to help my parents with the stuff they were carrying. And so after I think like round 40 or something, I just disconnected, so I went away from the computer, and then that's when I died, pretty much. And also here I wasn't really taking it so seriously. You can see I didn't really place Quincy that good. He wasn't able to attack the bottom path in the left side, and at the same time I lost a ton of lives in round 4. So yeah, I was pretty distracted even before my parents arrived. And so you can see there I placed a sub wrong, so I had to sell it and then replace it again. It was just a pretty messy gameplay. So here I'm gonna go very fast forward because this gameplay I'm gonna lose, and so I'm gonna have to restart anyway the map. So I'm gonna show you here what I did. I'm getting a 022 Buccaneer in the bottom left, 203 sub in the top right. Then here I messed up because I wanted to get the 032 Buccaneer, but I got the 023 Buccaneer, and yeah, I messed up. And then here I just here I was already you know, my parents were asking me out, and so I was trying to, you know, place some towers to survive long enough. And yeah, here for example is where I was away from the computer. You can see nothing happening even though I had more and more cash. Then here I got back again, and then here I went to help them again. You can see the mouse not moving, I'm not doing anything, and here is where I lose in round 54. Yeah, and then you can see how much time it takes until I go back to the computer. So I just replayed the round, and this time I placed Quincy correctly, and I got you know, the monkeys down. I just approached the game differently, and you can see that I didn't lose any lives around 4. And yeah, now I'm paying a lot more of attention to the game, and I'm doing things properly, and that's why here I succeeded. So yeah, unfortunately the first time I did this map I was a little distracted, and yeah, that was useful to, you know, to play again, have the correct mindset. And yeah, very easy. 202 sub, then 022 Buccaneer for the lads. Strong, you can see. Then here I got the 032 Buccaneer as I originally wanted to. Here getting a 022 Wizard in the top left, so that I was able to have camera detection, and then especially lad popping power in that first portion of the top map. Then here I think I placed the Merchantman, trying to increase the amount of cash. And then here I got greedy and I placed another one. Round 40 was approaching, I knew it, and the mobs in this last gameplay have double HP, and that's why I lost. So I ended up needing to sell the first Merchantman, one of the two Merchantmen actually, and then get this sub 204, and that's how I was able to beat round 40. Then I knew that until round 50 there are no more mobs, so no more double HP, pretty difficult towers. So I got a 004 Buccaneer, giving me even more cash. 301 Wizard, 302 I think, and then another sub 204. So just you know, having enough damage to destroy those mobs. And here I got both Buccaneer to Merchantman, and then 024. And then here I was trying to think which would be the best way to do things, and so I decided to go with a 402 Wizard and an Alchemist buffing it. And then for round 63, very simply, I just sold the Dark Monkeys and I placed a 420 Mortar. So pretty much as I did for Cornfield, it was the same strategy. The Mortar is enough to stun the ceramics especially, and to do damage to them, so you can finish them off. And then I just left the Mortar there in the middle, trying to do damage and stun the Bloons if it's what's needed. Then getting a 003 Dark Monkey in the top left, slightly larger range, and now with the Mortar I don't fear anymore like lad Bloons. And so I placed the other Wizard in the bottom left path. And that was because I was thinking already about round 78, the second ceramic rush that is camo, and I wanted to remove the camo from those Bloons so that the Mortar could be able to stun them. But then I realized that by getting a sub commander, I would have already all the damage I wanted to destroy the camo ceramics. Plus I had Quincy abilities, so I realized that I was being too overthinking things up, and so yeah, I just got one more sub commander, and then here I wanted to finish with yet again another tower. And so after round 79 I got the 052 Buccaneer, and then I sold everything here before round 80 started. So selling everything and then destroying the Oh My God with the ability of the Buccaneer, and that was it. So those were the rewards, and that was it guys. So I hope you enjoyed, and see ya.